Alright, so I've been hunting a setup this morning, but there is 10 o'clock news, which is just about to come out in 30 seconds. But the entry to my model is here. I just have to wait for the news. So I'd be getting it up here. Take profit would be down to this low. Only thing is, news hasn't came out yet, right? So the context is that we came up and took out this buy side liquidity up here, which were highs left from earlier in the morning and whatnot. 9:30 opening ran up above short-term highs, disrupting this trend lower, and I would be looking for delivery lower. Now the news might just news that just came out might just deliver that, and I just won't have the opportunity to enter, which is okay if that happens. Sometimes that does happen. But it is also a very tight stop loss. Like, I'm not very comfortable. Even if now it comes back and enters, I wouldn't really be comfortable entering this. The reason is because technically price can go up here. Usually I would put my stop loss at the high. This is a lot safer, but that's a really wide stop loss, too wide for me. So I wouldn't be. See, I would have gotten stopped out. And also, because news comes out, what happens often is you sometimes have another run higher when the news comes out, because then people start to buy and sell, and it runs one more time in the opposing direction. Sometimes, some of the times it will just deliver and it'll go all the way down, but at other times it will run back higher one more time. So here's an opportunity where now I want to look for price to be going lower. We ran one more time back above these highs. So I'm using this as my new 5-minute short-term high. And I'm looking for displacement lower now in order to sell. I first have to connect to my broker. So yeah, so you see how it is displacing lower, but I could have sold up here to break that high, but that's just not my model. I need to see a fair value gap, so something like this to form, right? And so far, like, it hasn't really formed. If I go down on the 15-second chart, or maybe like the 10-second, 30-second chart, then maybe I could find a small fair value gap, but basically it's all just happening way too quick for me to actually find a good spot to get in. Let me also, instead using the midnight open, because the midnight open's a little bit higher in the day, anchor premium discount. So far all day we've traded into a premium, so I'm looking to go past this low into a discount, but I really don't think I'll have my trade. That would have been a large trade, 211 points. How much should that have been, like? $1,300 US. But I mean, it is what it is. And now the range that's left by the morning is so large, I'm no longer trading. So see, like, the trade I wanted happened, but the entry was not there. It just wasn't present. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do or say about it. The market shows me what to do, and I just have to listen to it. at other times, we'll have something like, like something I was looking for is kind of like this down here, like this gap from this low up to that high. You see how price dipped into that? So it took a little bit more time to go higher, right? This just happened way too quickly. And I could have just sold at the high here, but that's just not my model. I know some people do that. They sell the breakup highs and they have like a 20-point stop loss or whatever, or 40-point, whatever they want. But that's just not my model. It's called a turtle soup pattern, or entry, but that's just not what I do. I wait for displacement. I wait for the fair value gap to be presented. And I talked about how back here there was a fair value gap. I was using the inverse one up here, and I did say how like we're still waiting for news to come out, because sometimes what will happen with news is it's gonna come out, it's gonna run one more time up above the high, and then it's gonna go down. And see, like, it's just not the model. Like, if we had closed and came back into this gap, I would have sold, but we just very quickly ran lower, and I just didn't get the opportunity to enter anything. Basically, because of the range that price left, which is of like 260 points, I am no longer trading this morning, and will be done and off the charts. Now that also we did leave a large range ahead of that trade, but because of the news, that rule where usually if a range above 150 points is made, I stop trading. But because of the news, I did not count that, and I waited for the news. Then I stopped trading after a range of 150 points or more. But anyways, that's it. So just unfortunate that my trade wasn't there, but it is what it is.